Look, right this very second, thousands of people are out there using Claude AI for totally basic stuff. Writing an email, looking up a recipe, or answering random trivia. But a select few? They're using this exact same free tool to pull in hundreds or even thousands of dollars from the comfort of their own homes every single month. And honestly, it highlights a massive divide. When it comes to making money online, you basically have two camps. On the left side, you've got people complaining, saying the market's too saturated, the economy is rough, or finding clients is just too hard. But on the right side, you have the people who actually become the competition. They roll up their sleeves, figure out the tools, and they just go capture the revenue.
So I gotta ask, which one are you? Before we even get into the mechanics of how to actually make this money, you've got to answer that honestly for yourself. Are you gonna sit back and blame the algorithm, or are you ready to take some real action? Because today, we're throwing the theoretical fluff right out the window. I'm going to walk you through highly specific, incredibly actionable strategies derived straight from our source material that you can use to start generating real income. We're talking about stuff that could literally get you your first paycheck this week.
Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we are unpacking 10 practical ways to monetize Claude AI in 2026. I am absolutely pumped about this one because everything we're looking at today involves real-world examples that are working right now. No hypotheticals. We're going to climb a structured ladder to earning, breaking it all down step by step.
Here is our roadmap for today. We'll kick things off with that mindset shift, stop complaining, start competing. Then we'll start climbing our ladder, moving through passive income streams, quick money services, building an AI business, and ultimately capping it off with high-income consulting. Let's get right into it.
Part 1. Stop complaining, start competing. Like we just talked about, this is the absolute foundation for everything we are going to cover today. Without execution, none of this works.
All right, Part 2. Passive income streams. This tier is all about putting in intense effort up front so you can build systems that just keep paying you over and over again.
Let's look at the first 3 methods in this passive tier. Number 1, selling highly tailored prompts on PromptBase. Number 2, crafting Notion and Obsidian templates. And number 3, creating automated Udemy courses, like a specialized course on 3D animation. The absolute secret sauce for all 3 of these? Hyper-specificity. Seriously, nobody is buying a generic write a blog prompt anymore. But they will buy a write a 500-word SEO-optimized real estate market update prompt. You find that highly specific gap, you use Claude to build the asset, and then you just let platforms like Udemy or Gumroad handle all the hosting and the marketing while your revenue trickles in.
Now, let's break down the math for PromptBase, because it's actually super straightforward. You aren't going to strike gold with every single prompt. That's just reality. So, step 1, you use Claude to crank out 20 high-quality, ultra-niche prompts a day. Step 2, you repeat that consistently for 1 full week. By step 3, you've got 140 high-quality prompts sitting on the platform, and they're selling for maybe $2 to $10 a pop. Out of 140, all it takes is for 2 or 3 of them to catch fire or become steady sellers, and boom, you've just built a completely hands-off income stream. You can also hook Claude up to knowledge management systems like Notion or Obsidian to build some seriously powerful digital products. Picture a totally overwhelmed university student who desperately needs an automated study planner, or a YouTube creator who needs a content calendar that can automatically look at their past video performance and suggest new topics. Believe it or not, some of the top template creators out there are pulling in 6 figures a year just organizing other people's digital lives. Building these intricate setups takes a lot of time from scratch, which is exactly why people will happily swipe their credit cards for your ready-made solutions.
Okay, moving up to part 3, quick money services. This is all about immediate cash flow. Low-barrier services you can offer if you need to get paid this week.
Coming in at numbers 4 and 5 on our master list, resume and cover letter building, and freelance AI writing for things like blogs, newsletters, or even LinkedIn posts. Here's the thing you need to remember. Your real edge here isn't actually the AI. It's your human touch. You use Claude to get incredible speed, sure, but you are the one fact-checking, tweaking the tone, and making sure the quality is flawless. Because Claude is doing the heavy lifting, your output is massive, so you can take on way more clients than a traditional writer ever could. And here's a huge takeaway from our source material on getting those clients. Skip Fiverr. Don't just sit there waiting for people to find you. Get proactive. Send cold DMs and emails directly to businesses on LinkedIn. Cold outreach is absolutely crushing it right now for these quick wins.
Now you might be thinking, why on earth would anyone pay me for this when Claude is literally free? Well, it comes down to something called the knowledge gap. Look, we live in a bit of a tech bubble, but think about a plumber. a landscaper, or maybe someone applying for a basic data entry job. A lot of the time, they just don't have that technical familiarity with AI tools, but they still desperately need a slick, professional resume to land the job. They will gladly pay you $20 or $30 to bridge that gap for them. You use Claude to do the hard work, hand over a polished document, and profit from the gap.
Section 4. Building an AI business. This is where we pivot from being a quick freelancer into scalable, long-term entrepreneurship.
Let's dig into numbers 6, 7, and 8. Building business-to-consumer software apps, running AI-powered newsletters, and reviewing AI tools on YouTube. The magic word for every single one of these is scalability. Take the newsletter, for example. You just pick a niche you actually care about. Maybe it's personal finance, sports, or even AI itself, and you use Claude to totally automate the content curation and writing process. Your only job is to proofread and hit send. You give the newsletter away for free, and once you organically grow a tribe of a few thousand engaged readers, that's when you seamlessly introduce sponsorships or your own digital products to an audience that already trusts you.
And just wrap your head around the financial potential of building a simple software-as-a-service app using Claude's coding skills. Let's say $5,000 a month. Imagine you use Claude to code a basic app that helps YouTubers automatically scrape for and write custom sponsor pitch emails. If you charge $50 a month for that tool, you only need 100 customers to hit $5,000 in recurring, almost entirely passive revenue every single month. Literally just 100 people. You do not need 1 million users to build a life-changing business.
And that exact same logic applies to YouTube. Let's say you start a channel reviewing new AI tools. You probably think you need hundreds of thousands of subscribers to make a dime, right? Actually, no. Remember the golden rule of modern sponsorships. Brands don't care about views. They care about targeted sales. If you use Claude to script out amazing, helpful tutorials and build an ultra-engaged audience of just 3,000 or 4,000 AI nerds, brands will pay you a premium. To a sponsor, 10 sales from 3,000 highly targeted views is the exact same thing as 10 sales from 100,000 random, untargeted views.
Now, the contrast between consumer apps and B2B apps is pretty wild. On one hand, business-to-consumer apps rely on casting a wide net, keeping prices low, like our $50 example, and they take a moderate amount of effort to scale. But business-to-business specialized apps, they flip that entire model on its head. They target highly specific companies, they command massive price tags in the thousands of dollars, and they require some serious hustle and cold calling to get off the ground. And that contrast brings us perfectly to our final and definitely most lucrative category.
Section 5. High-income consulting. These are expert-level services for serious players.
Fair warning right out of the gate, this tier is not for beginners. This is for seasoned AI experts who are ready to treat this like a highly demanding full-time business. Strategy 9 is about zeroing in on local brick-and-mortar businesses like a local dental clinic and building them custom end-to-end AI systems. We're talking a brand new website, automated appointment booking, and even AI voice agents to answer the phones. Strategy 10 goes even further. This is where you become a dedicated AI automation consultant for places like restaurants or local shops. You sit down with the owners, who usually aren't tech-savvy at all, and you show them exactly how tools like Claude can slash their overhead and seriously boost their daily profits.
The psychology behind landing these massive B2B deals is actually incredibly simple. Here's the secret sauce. You aren't selling an app, you are saving them a full-time salary. That is your absolute core value proposition. When you walk into that dental clinic, you aren't pitching code. You are offering to automate the entire job of a front desk receptionist. If your AI system saves that owner $4,000 a month on payroll, they will logically and happily write you a check for $10,000 up front to build it, plus a monthly maintenance fee. It is the ultimate win-win scenario.
And finally, once you've built a few of these systems and you have a real track record, you hit the absolute pinnacle, becoming a dedicated AI consultant. Think about the guy who owns the local barbershop. He watches the news, he knows AI is a huge deal, but he doesn't have a computer science degree. He has zero clue how to use it for his shop. That's where you step in. At this point, you aren't even the one writing the code anymore. You're charging hundreds of dollars an hour just for your brain. You are their expert guide, showing them exactly how to optimize their whole operation.
So after going through all of that, the only question left is, which of these 10 AI income streams are you going to start today? We've climbed the whole ladder, from quick freelance cash and passive prompts all the way to massive business apps and elite consulting. Incredible tools like Claude are literally sitting right at your fingertips, completely ready to go. The only thing left to do is pick your rung on the ladder, stop complaining about the competition, and start building your income.
Thanks so much for hanging out with me for this explainer. I really hope it sparks some fire for you, and I'll catch you in the next one.